In today's video, we are going to pick this Zone 5 pin padlock. It's not the toughest padlock in the world. It does have spools in it, so it's got security pins to deal with. But I thought we would pick it today with the Yale 6B Lishi, because this padlock does demonstrate the subtle feedback that you need to pay attention to when using this Lishi. In order that you get a good view, I'm going to do this one in the vise so that I can give you a good close-up of the picking tool as I'm using it. Hopefully this gives you a good view. I've got the tool all the way back in the lock, and yeah, my chambers should be aligned. I can feel them. Yes, springy. Yes, that's good. I'm going to tension this lock off camera so you don't have to look a close-up of my fat fingers, and we'll get to picking. So one immediately off the bat is binding. And we got a click on there, and we got a small turn of the core. That tells me that 1 is probably a standard, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 are probably spools. In this particular lock, we don't have a pin in chamber 6, so we don't need to worry about that. So 1 feels good. Let's feel 2. 2's binding. Small click on 2. 3's binding. And it doesn't really want to set, so you've really got to manually counter rotate this, and I'm going to do that by the tensioning arm, but also by twisting the actual body of the tool as well. There we go, that one's set. Nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Okay, I think 2 dropped down when we set 3. Click on 2, and that's another small turn of the tool. 5, is that 5? No, 5 feels okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point, it seems like nothing's binding. Excuse me. So what we're going to need to do is to crank up the tension to find the correct pin, and we are going to use the jiggle test or the set bounce. So with full tension, I've got a little bit of a bounce just at the top of travel on 1. 2 feels pretty solid, so I'm going to release a little bit of that tension, manually counter rotate, looking for a little click off 2. I heard something drop down there. I think we've lost 3 and 1. Yeah, 3's dropped down. Little click on 3, and 1's dropped down. Click on 1, but I think he wants to go again. Manually counter rotate, and we got our full set back, our little turn of the core. 2 feels good, 3 feels good. So now at this stage everything does feel a bit springy, so we're going to do the set bounce or jiggle test again. High tension just to find the binder. 1 feels like it's got that little bit of bounce, 2's got that bounce, so has 3. 4, it looks on camera like you've got the bounce, but I don't feel it, so I think 4's our culprit. Release tension, manually counter rotate, and we got a nice little click off of 4. Nothing on 1's dropped down again, manually counter rotate, and we got our full set back. So that one, pin number 1 is really prone to dropping down in this lock. Okay, 4. We got a little bit of a bounce at the top of the travel. 5 is binding. Small click on 5. But I think he wants to go again, so manually counter rotate. You've really got to take it quite far. There we go, we've got to click on 5, but I definitely heard something drop down, and it's pin number 1 again. And there we go, it was pin number 1 that dropped down, and we finally got this one open. Certainly a tricky padlock to pick with a Yale 6B Lishi-style tool, but we got there in the end. I mean, obviously we had pin 1 dropping down, but I think the main issue I had with this when I was first working on it is, you know, really kind of feeling that set bounce, because a couple of times you sort of feel through the different pin stacks, and it's not particularly clear which one is binding and which one you need to pick. And obviously if if it's the wrong one that you pick, you do risk damaging that really fine picking tip on this tool. So the secret to that is, I found, is just crank up that tension and really try to sort of feel the subtle differences, that set bounce that you get at the top of the travel, or the jiggle that you get at the top of the travel. To identify your binder. Now, before we go, actually, there's another weird kind of thing with this padlock I thought I'd quickly show you. I did say it's a 5-pin lock, which it is. We've got a 5-pin key, and on that video when we picked it open, we only picked 5 of the pins. But if I put the Lishi in and apply manual counter rotation, so we've got no tension on the core, you can see there pin number 1. I'm going to hold it upside down as well. Pin number 1, that's the spring we've got. Same on 2, same on 3, same on 4, same on 5, but we've also got a spring on 6. It's in the 6th chamber, so there might be a 6th chamber in the lock, and whatever's in that chamber has got a spring on it. But it wasn't a pin that we needed to pick, so I'm really not sure exactly why that is. If we look there, yeah, we've got 6 chambers, so there is a spring in chamber 6. And there must be a pin or something in it, but it didn't need picking, so no idea what that's there for. If you know why it's there, then do comment below, because I'm really interested to know why. Anyway, thanks for watching today, and don't forget to like and comment on the video. It really helps out the algorithm, and I will see you on the next one.